What's up, collective? It's your girl Aquame, and I am here for another reading. Okay, I'm back. If the reading that I did recently didn't resonate with you, this one may. So hit the like button and subscribe so you get all the messages that you need. All right. We are going to see what's going on. It is a lovely Friday. Happy Friday. If you have the weekend off, enjoy, relax, go out, have fun, do what you need to do. Right. Um, and if you don't, if you got to work, still make the best of it. You know what I mean? But anywho, we're gonna see what we got going on. I guess for the weekend. Okay, we'll look at the weekend. Hey, Julie, how you doing? Thank you for being here. We're gonna get a quick weekend message, see what's happening, and all that good stuff. All right, what you need to expect, and how to get through it. All right. I bet you know how to get through it, but why be unaware of what's going on? All right, so let's tap into the energy. Let's call in our angels, our ancestors, our guardians, and our guides. Okay, they are here with us today as always. Our higher selves in alignment with the universe, and God is always and forever with us. All right, let's get this going. Let's get it going. Haven't used this deck in a while. Hey, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Ooh. Oh no, don't you dare worry. If you're available, then that's fine. If you're not, don't worry. I know you'll catch it later and I'll catch the people that's in here acting up. Thank you, Julie. All right. So we have ancestors that came out in remembrance. All right, all right, all right. Ancestors, remembrance. What is this about? Because the weekend. So they want you to know something, obviously. You may be doing you may need to do some type of, what's the word, ancestor veneration, right? If you don't believe in that, don't do it. I don't care. But speaking to your ancestors, feeding your ancestors, if you have altars and things like that to your relatives, right? Dust off their pictures. Okay, if you have anything like that that you kind of put up in memory of something else, make sure you clean it. Make sure you tend to it. Okay, so this could be a weekend where you need to put some energy into um, your space, right? Your ancestors want to have a better, clearer communication with you. Okay, if you don't have an altar, maybe you should set up one. Okay, if you have an ancestor that you really closely related to, or resonate with, like a grandmother, a mother, a father, a sibling, there's nothing wrong with having their memorabilia up, but you have to tend to it, right? You have to clean it. You have to. Some people feed it. Okay, don't judge me. I'm just saying what I know. Okay, whatever's coming out. But yeah, your ancestors want to have relevance in your world right now. They want to have like they want to be a part of it. They want you to entertain the idea that they're here with you and they're working with you, and you can ask them for help and you can talk to them and say, "Hey, here's my dilemma." Right? And even if you don't feel like it, you get an answer. Believe me when I say you will get an answer. Okay? May not be in that moment, but they'll talk to you. But you have to also do that energy, that work of remembering them. Okay? You have to do your work. They're here with you all the time. We always call them in at the beginning of these readings. All right? But we also have to do our work to acknowledge their presence, acknowledge the work that we ask them to do for us. Okay? Even if you're working with not necessarily ancestors, you're working with saints and archangels and deities and all of that, you need to be, there's something here about being more up to par with that energy. This message isn't for everyone, but this is the weekend, and if you have time, this is the perfect time to do this work. Right? This is the perfect time to clean up your altars. I know this message is speaking to me because I definitely need to clean up my altars and whatever I may have laying around. You know what I mean? Um, but the clearing of that space, so you have the clear communication. Okay, that clear connection. All right. Let me get another card here. What's going on for the collective this weekend? The ancestors are here. Woo. You said I am all over it. I was thinking about it. Girl, I get it. You have the energy of death. Look, the ancestors are here today, obviously. They wanted to have a conversation with us. So, hello. But the energy of death does talk about transformation, but I feel like this is definitely with the ancestor card coming out. It talks about the other side, right? Communication or something. I don't know. This weekend you may have a strange experience. You may see something here online that validates your experience as well. All right. If you had some type of unusual connection, communication, and this, this reading is about to be all over the place. This is what's coming out because we know they talking about aliens. All right. So you can have some sort of experience even with aliens and you receive some sort of validation. If you don't believe in it, that's fine. If you do, you know what I mean. All right. I haven't had a necessarily experience with aliens, but I also believe that they exist in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how, but they're out there. All right. But there's a level of communication. So you may get a lot of downloads, you may get a lot of hits, you may get a lot of thoughts this weekend. Right. This weekend, it's like you need to maybe sit in a quiet space so you can receive. All right. You don't need to be around a lot of people. You don't need to be going. Maybe if you have plans, they might get disrupted. Something might interrupt something, and that's okay because it's like you need that time to sit and just let things boil over, transform, do what it needs to do without you being an interference in the energy. Does that make sense? Okay. Um, yeah. So let's see. Let me get one more card here for the collective. We have intensification. Okay. Yeah, well, something's speeding up. Something's working really well. Okay. When you communicate with your ancestors, the other side in some way, there's energy behind that. I feel like a lot of people too are in a way like there could be it could be a lot of people just waking up to the fact that whatever the story they've been told about something is not true. It's not like it wasn't, you were being misled in some sort of way. So some sort of this intensification is like you're being led toward the right answer. You're being led toward the promise or the knowledge. Okay, so something here is very like you can't ignore it type of energy either. All righty. Let's move forward. Whoa. Okay, so let's see what the ancestors want to tell us. What's going on, ancestors? Whoa, damn! The fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. I just spoke about speaking with. Right, I said it doesn't have to be ancestors. It could be archangels. It could be deities. It can be whatever it is that you connect with. I don't discriminate on that fact as long as you're not hurting nobody. Okay, the fifth chakra is the throat. Okay, so they're speaking to you. They're trying to show you something, right? They're trying to alert you to something. They're trying to give you some type of wake up call with this horn here. All right, you need to listen. You need to tune in. You need to actually sit quiet with the throat chakra. There's a I just heard there's a practice of listening to the unknown. I don't know what that practice is, but there's maybe it's meditation is speaking of, but there's a practice that you need to tap into. I'm assuming it's meditation that helps you to hear. So the throat chakra talks about speaking, right? But you have to, there's something that happens before the actual sound comes out, right? There's thought, there's feeling, there's all types of things that happen before that comes out. So you need to sit without talking so that you can hear, so that when you do talk, you're saying the right things. Somebody is, I'm literally being, hearing like, be quiet. Be quiet. You have the woman holding a heart here with the death. So things that you once held close to you, things that you once cherished, things that you once cared about, they no longer are. They don't hold the same weight, right, and emotion or how you feel about it, how you perceive it, right? Uh, Number 44 is standing out to me. I feel like you've mastered something here. You've mastered your heart in some sort of way. You've mastered some type of emotion. It could be anger. It could be the emotion you have when things transform in your life, right? That we get an emotional response when things start to change, right? That even whether it be unexpectedly, or be it by force or by even our own doing. There's something that happens where you have to disconnect from what was into what is. Okay? So the woman holding a heart still has a heart, but she's, more concerned about how her heart is getting handled. She's more concerned about how she's receiving. All right. She's more concerned with how the emotional response is changing in some sort of way. A lot of people are waking up to something here. This heart is also showing me like people who really held some type of ideology, thought process, or something. They held it very close. They thought it was true. They just knew it, right? Either they grew up with it, or it's just something that they've learned along their journey that they just know to be true. When now you start to realize that's either no longer truth or it was just never truth. Okay, it was never the real thing. Okay. The broken heart. This is a realization though. This woman holding a heart and this broken heart is like I'm opening up. Look, the intensification is bursting it open so it could be poured all out and refilled up correctly, sealed up correctly, healed correctly. Okay, so there is an energy here where people are going to have to um really get used to the fact of that they got to let go of the past. They got to let go of habits. They got to let go of things that just, they don't really serve a purpose. They don't serve anything. This is people, places, and things. Okay? They're trying to show you the right way. All right? They're trying to show you the right way to direct yourself, the route to go, the place to um, get the right sense of fulfillment. Something here is intensifying. So something here could be also like, something here could be in a little bit more um like it feels intense because it's like you're at that point where you can't take it no more. I don't know. Okay. Watch out for arguments this weekend. There could be some drastic changes that happen this weekend. You could be changing something up that you don't like, right? Changing up your home, changing up your style, changing up something that you're doing. Where every weekend you go to meet with the same group of friends and do the same exact things. That's no longer fun for you. That's no longer entertaining for you. Okay? Somebody also may have noticed something. This is why you need to be quiet. Okay, yes. Because you have the throat chakra with the heart here and the broken heart. So I'm hearing you're going to hear what's real and what's not. What's true love and what's not true love. What's loyalty and what's not. This is how you get it. You got to watch. You got to listen. You got to see the pattern. We have the hangman. So a shift, a pause, a stopping of sorts, right? Being stopped in your tracks. The king of swords and the chariot. So you got somebody here who is this is obviously like somebody I'm getting like somebody has a louder bark than what it is, their bite. That's the word. That's the phrase. A louder, like, your bark is louder than your bite. I don't know what that is, but it's like just stopping yourself, refraining yourself. Like somebody here could be really testing you, and you don't need to even engage here. Like this is just a show of like how somebody is. Like you don't got to fight against it. You just got to see it and go, oh, okay, right. This is why you got to stop and listen. You see the real side of something when you're not necessarily engaged fully. Ooh. Okay, let me not shuffle these like that. The chariot here shows that somebody's going to win. Somebody wants to win. Somebody's trying to create some sort of argument about something. This Five of Pentacles. Somebody here could feel defeated in some sort of way in an argument. Okay, somebody has accountability they need to take, but they don't want to take it. All right, it's like trying to run over the problem, trying to. Okay, I see. This is something here that also could feel like you're running into a brick wall. You're running into something because I feel like you're not following the right path in a way, right? The Chariot is here. He has to follow a certain direction, a certain path. He has to choose what that is, right? He can't just necessarily go willy-nilly and say, let's see where it leads me. There has to be some type of direction. Okay, but I feel like whatever this is, somebody keeps running into a brick wall. They keep getting some type of pushback. All right, there's something here that's stopping communication. This could be somebody who will try all different ways to get through to you, right? The ancestors are here. They're trying multiple ways to get through to you, but it's like somebody's not hearing it. Somebody is too in their logical mind and not in their intuitive mind. And even when you are in your intuitive mind, you put that logical spin on it, right? And this is where you hit the brick wall because you got to really think outside of the box here. Like if you see a pattern in something as well, if you notice that something's happening, there's a change, there's a pivot that needs to happen so that you're not encountering the same thing over and over. Okay, you have the Temperance Angel, or Earth Angel. Every time I see this card, though, he looks so dingy. I don't know why. In this deck, I don't know why they made him look so dingy. Like he's just kind of frail. I don't know what that is about that. But something could be dried up because I'm noticing that right now, right? Something could be wearing thin, right? You've done something or somebody's done something too many times. Somebody's wasting time here, right? Keep doing the same thing over and over or just wasting time. Somebody is like, they go through their day and they don't necessarily, like that brick wall is like you're not changing anything. You just keep using the same format, the same formula, the same thing. All right? But that can't, it can't work if it never worked. You have the Lovers. The choice of, do I want to stay or do I want to fight? So the Hierophant here came out. And it's asking you here with this, it's like you're connected, you're involved in something, you have a level of dedication to something, but I feel like right now you have a choice that comes about to say, do you want to stay in the situation or are you ready to go? Are you ready to move on? Are you ready to, do this thing differently? Because I don't see that it's like you really may feel a little obligated to sustain something, to endure a type of path here that wasn't necessarily meant for you to stay in this long, but you got maybe overly committed to it, right? You got overly wrapped up into this thing, and it feels weird to say, okay, should I just leave or should I just fight for this? It's like you're at a standstill here of figuring out what's your direction. What is your next move? Am I going to give this one more try or is this it? Okay. So what here is intensifying with this heartbreak? We have the Page of Swords. Wow. Somebody keeps I'm hearing incompetency. Somebody is incompetent or incapable. Okay? It's like they're trying to learn something, they're trying to study something and they can't do it. Somebody could be trying to reach out to you, but they don't write correctly. Somebody don't you ever try to talk to somebody through a text message and you see how they write and you be like, what the hell? This person ain't educated. This person is not it's something here like that. Like somebody is very elementary. Somebody here, this may be why you're looking at something like, what am I, where's this going? Like how, what the heck? All right. Somebody here is definitely, more on a childish level, more on a let's talk about gossip. Let's, and I don't want to say low vibrational. It's like they just haven't figured out that those things aren't worth it yet. Somebody here with this Page of Swords. They haven't figured out their own true path yet, so they're following down other paths, other people's paths, right? They may be trying to chase you down, see what it is that you're doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's like they're not following their own path. All right. And the emperor. Yeah. Somebody's trying to ride a coattail. Somebody's trying to study someone else's game. You see, he got that chess piece in his hand, and that page of swords is like, let me study what the emperor is doing, right? Or it could be somebody who is in a higher position than you, but they see you as some sort of threat. They see you as some sort of challenge to them, to their authority. All right. They may watch you because you just like something about whatever it is that you do. They can see you do it better than them, and they don't like that. Right? They may be trying to see. It's like, even I don't know what this is. Somebody has more power or more authority, more status or something, but they still look at you like you are this wonderful and amazing thing. Like, oh my god! But it's not from a sense of of like, I don't know. It could be, but I don't feel like it is. Right? This curiosity here, the Ace of Swords. Somebody could want to ask you questions, talk to you. Okay, somebody can't get through to you though, right? They're trying to get knowledge, they're trying to get information, but for whatever reason, you may be protecting your energy. Your ancestors may be protecting whatever it is that you got going on. So when they dig into your information, when they try to find something, there's nothing to find. Or whatever it is that they find is like, it's not giving them what they thought, right? It's like, oh, I know this person is a criminal. And you're probably not. Everything they're finding is like, oh, this person loves dogs and puppies. This person, gives to this. This person minds the business. This person just goes and makes money, and this is how they made it. Like, it's something like that. Like, nobody's trying to figure you out while you. So there's what that is. That's what that is, right? This could be a friend of yours. Maybe you don't tell them everything you got going on, and you shouldn't have to, right? You keep some things to yourself, and that's okay, right? They make a glimpse of what's going on in your world or what you got going on, but you don't let them in all the way. And this is from learned behavior. You could be very cool with somebody, but you ain't got to have them in every aspect of your life, right? You ain't got to tell them everything that you do and everything you got going on. Being selective with your time and your energy, all right? This could definitely be somebody from the past who is trying to reach out to you in some way and trying to just figure out what's going on with you or whatever. Be nosy. I do see that. You have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're living your merry, merry life, right? It's like, I don't care. If you want to see something, here you go. Let me show you something. Okay? You may not even notice that this is even happening because you're so wrapped up into your own thing. You're so, you're working so hard on what you got going on. You're not looking at your haters. You're not looking at the people that is even being nosy. You're not looking at the people that may have, because it doesn't bother you. They can't necessarily do anything to you that's going to slow you down, that's going to stop you. So it's like, why even bother? Somebody could be asking you, hey, how do you do this? Oh, could you help me with this, right? And like leave you with the full responsibility or something. All right, you may have somebody here who is slowing you down in some sort of way because they just can't figure it out. But I feel like this is a lesson for you, for any of us, to be careful about what it is that we are fighting for and knowing when to leave. Knowing when something is not, it's just not. All right, it's not worth your time. It doesn't pay you anything. You have the Hermit. Exclude yourself. I'm hearing, okay? Isolation, exclude yourself. Believe me, when you do that, the Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups, when you exclude yourself, all right, you don't need to be invited into anything, I'm hearing, because you have your own destination, your own journey in which you're heading to, all right? Nobody can't, yeah, nobody can necessarily penetrate this thing here, because I feel like you locked in with God, right? You locked in with the universe. You locked in with the plan, with the divine thing you got going. This level of loyalty in something, or something here that this Two of Cups, this Queen of Cups. Somebody has a manipulative attitude about something. The Empress, you're birthing something about yourself here. You have the Five of Swords in reverse and the Devil in reverse. Okay? The Queen of Cups. This is when you say no to something with the Hermit, Queen of Cups, and the Empress. Okay, this is when you say no to the Devil, the Five of Swords. Something can't get in. They can't penetrate anymore. Right? Take that out of resonates. They cannot penetrate anymore. All right? They may be wondering why, but it's like you just tired. They don't even excite you in the same way anymore. Something here doesn't excite you, or also be careful about who you're sleeping with because you don't want to have children by the wrong people. Okay? One night stand, look, family, 10 of Cups. That came out yesterday too. So be careful who you lay with. Be careful who you share the table with. Be careful who you share information with or who you get information from. All right? There could be a level of being fed the wrong thing. All right? I feel like whatever this is, though, you realize it was never worth your time. It was never meant for you, right? It just wasn't your path. It wasn't yours, right? You may have encountered it for whatever reason you needed to, but you also knowing that, like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. So what the hell I'm worried about over there? How am I going to look and do that? So you have the snake here. If you keep going down the path, you're going to get bit. All right? You're going to believe some sort of deception, right? There's something here. I'm hearing AI. We have the dog and the key. Okay? You may be blindly following something or blindly not looking at something here. But I feel like with this key, it's like you're always being re-navigated. You don't see it, but you're re-navigated from it. There's something here that can stop you, that's in your path, but that loyalty, that dog, it's like you may sniff it out, you may not see it, but it's like that's not the right direction to go. The dog knows what direction to go. So it's following its nose. It's following it's what's happening. You have the mouse here. I feel like this is whatever it tried. It didn't work. It failed. You have the answers you need are coming with the full moon in Gemini. All right. You're going to hear something back that lets you know, like, somebody may have been talking about you, somebody that you trusted, or somebody that you didn't even think about in that way. This person is like, they ain't no good behind your back. What does it say? What do you need to release? I was going to say, who do you need to release? Okay. I always see this as like a traveling heart. It's not necessarily stationary. I feel like it moves. It looks like something in motion, a ship of some sort, right? So what do you need to release to make your heart feel lighter, right? What do you need to empty out, detach from? The Sith, detachment, cutting off. You have the letter. After you do the cutoff, or there may be like an official notice of some sort of a cutoff, all right? This is it type of energy. Let me get one more card. Thank you. We have the ship, and then you move on. After you cut it out, you move on. Okay? This is, you have permission to board the flight. That's what I'm hearing. You have permission to proceed, all right? There's no more waiting here. There's no more stopping. There's no more, like, something here is on the move. Because you released. Because you did what you had to do. The anchor is being lifted. With the ship, is the last card, the anchor showing? Yeah. The anchor is being lifted on something that's been kind of a weight. Holding something in place. Holding something steady. All right. There's movement happening now. All right. So, see what's going on in the astrology for the collective. Okay, this is what I'll do. I'm going to pull both, don't worry. Okay, because these are both astrology cards, so I'm going to pull both. Thank you. Let me get 3. One more for the collective in this energy. One more. You don't want to give me one more? Thank you. Oh, you got the 6th house. What's on the bottom? Mercury. the messages. The throat chakra came out. So definitely important. Mercury is about communication. It's about analyzing information. Though it doesn't always talk about talking, because talking is back and forth. So somebody has to be listening in order for somebody to be talking. You have the ninth house, and then you have the sixth house. Those numbers are opposite of each other. And then you have the moon and perception. So something about flipping the viewpoint, flipping the direction here, the sustainability, exploration. You're finding something else to sustain you. There's a new perception here with the moon. Clarify this ninth house exploration. We have lust with Venus and Aries. Okay, so you are, again, you have a new taste for something, or you lost taste for something. You're trying to expand your variety, right? It could be you have endurance, so lust and endurance. How long something can last. Scorpio energy with Aries energy is Mars and Pluto energy together. Okay, heavy Mars with some Pluto. So whatever it is, it's like you don't want to. Something doesn't in sustain you. Yeah, the endurance. Right, Aries wants something that's going to keep them going. That Aries and Sun energy. I mean, sorry, Scorpio and the Sun. Something you want something that's going to keep you going. And this Venus in Aries is like, do I like this? How does this feel? Do I like how this is pushing me? Do I like how this is making me feel? You know, so you may be somebody who's a little picky, or you need to be pickier with this expiration. All right, somebody has a very open taste, a open, like, they want to be here, there, and everywhere. So be mindful of that. Discrimination, right? You got to learn to say no, right? Somebody is saying no to something, certain fights, certain seductions. It's like, this is Venus in Virgo. So it's like, ugh, that's not serving me anything, right? This lust here, or this something here is not serving your endurance. It's not helping you. It slows you down in some sort of way. Okay, what's this perception with the moon? Indecision with Venus energy again in Libra. Okay, so somebody's perception about love is off on what true love is, or what, a healthy relationship is, a healthy connection, right? A healthy contract or anything, right? You may be, or somebody is easily seduced, and then they realize it can't sustain, it can't endure, it can't withstand whatever it is that you were seduced by. You know what I mean? So you go back and forth. You have appreciation here with the moon and Leo. Okay. Indecision. So you don't really know what it is that you want, what it is that you want to do, how you want to fill your soul, fill your time, fill your, you're trying to figure that out right now. So this perception of the moon is like, when you come to the terms and the realizations of a situation, how it's, not doing what it's supposed to do, or you may be thinking about something in a certain way, you may be accepting something in the wrong way. You have to figure out what the right way is. You have to figure out what it is that's going to be making you feel good, what feels right, what feeds you. We have Aquarius in Mercury here with originality. Okay, so you got to be original in your thoughts. You may have a lot of ideas here. You don't know which one to go with this moon and perception, but you need to just slow down and, get small in a way so that you can move. You can do something. You can pick what you want to do. You can figure it out, right? Because I feel like you have a lot of undecisiveness about a situation, not necessarily confusion, right? You're more so confused about how you're going to do something, how you're going to handle it, how you're going to proceed, how you're going to make something. And it's just telling you to slow down for a moment. All right. So you can get your actual thoughts together. All right. So whoa, too many cards. All right. The sixth house, which is Virgo energy. We had Sagittarius and Virgo energy out here with the astrology as well with these two cards. The moon is Cancer and Pisces. Organization. We have Mercury and Capricorn. All right. So this is putting it together, making it work. The practical part of life. the sustainability with Virgo and Capricorn together, it will get done no matter what, by any means necessary. I'm hearing. Okay, building something here. You have all of these livestock, right, and this wheat. So this is about building something that will keep feeding you, keep serving you, keep right. This isn't only about how you give to other people, but this is about how things give to you, getting the most out of the land, getting most out of your money, getting the most out of a friendship, getting the most out of something here that you're um, involved in. Okay, you're tied into it. You have intuition here with Cancer and Mercury. All right, so you have a lot of and that's interesting because the intuition with Cancer and these energies work actually really well together, because this is like I can see the plan, I can see what I'm supposed to do, and I can actually formulate the plan to make it happen. Okay, with the intuition, and that's quiet energy with Cancer, and it's not quiet necessarily. Cancer in Mercury, it's giving me like you taking that message from where it's coming from, you're dissecting it, you're interpreting it, you're incorporating it. All right, there's a process that happens with your intuition. It's not only about having a feeling, right? How do you act on that feeling? How do you um make it work for you? How do you sustain it? How do you make it a reality? All right, that four also talks about the solidification of something. So something is being solidified, fulfillment. I can't make it up. You're going to have some fulfillment this weekend, which is good, or whatever, whenever you see this, okay? And this is Sagittarius and Saturn and Sagittarius, okay? So this is you learned the lesson, you went to school, and you're graduating, okay? It's a graduation, all right? Listen to your intuition, because it's going to lead you in the right direction. You start to look at things and analyze it. You start to absorb information that you actually utilize, and it helps you. It gives you results. It gives you exactly what you need, right? You start to realize um, how simple something is, or you find the right way, right? You could be somebody who's been doing something for a very long time, but you find a new way to do something to make something more simplified, or something just more invigorating, exciting, or something to that effect. Okay, I'm gonna get one angel number for you guys, and then I'm leaving. I'm leaving. What's the angel number for the collective for the weekend? Ooh, yes, you're in flow. 777. Okay, your purpose flows from within, and oh God, your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is a part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness in your soul. That peace and calmness is when you have that quiet time. Then you can act. Okay? But you're definitely supported here. Number 44 is at the bottom. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. So there's more to come here, okay? The best is coming, and it's going to come more than one time, okay? I feel like this is multiple. This 44777 is a lot of luck. Okay, so collective, I love you. I'll talk to you later. This is the message. And I didn't say it in the beginning of the video, but catch me on Sunday at 6 p.m. on Saturn's daughter. Okay, 528. I'll be over there doing some live readings. All right, 3-month predictions and personal donation-based readings. So check us out. The link is in the community board. I'll talk to you later. Deuces. Bye.